Problem. Annual estimated cost of substance abuse in the United States. Drug abusers cost their employers 4 out of 10 industrial fatalities are attributed to drug abusing as their 18% of all middle school-aged children, 25% of all high school-aged children abuse drug, used or continue to abuse illegal drugs. Solution? R.A.I.D Corps Incorporated.
Hi, I'm Jay Russell, owner and founder of R.A.I.D Corps Incorporated. I created R.A.I.D Corps to combat the ever-increasing problem of narcotics and weapons in our public school systems and in the workplace. We have had great success throughout the United States and would like to invite you to share in the same success that our clients enjoy with the services of R.A.I.D Corps.
The company.
R.A.I.D Corps Incorporated is a canine narcotics and weapons inspection company that handles drug and weapons detection for both schools and industry. Founded in 1995 by Jay Russell, a former South Carolina state trooper, R.A.I.D Corps has integrated itself in the security strategies for companies and school systems across the United States. R.A.I.D Corps' employees are former law enforcement officers with a minimum of 5 years of experience in the detection and handling of narcotics and weapons. Each canine unit is trained and tested by a certified and licensed narcotics association.
While working in law enforcement, I was offered a position with R.A.I.D Corps as a canine handler. I looked into the type of training and the standards in which R.A.I.D Corps operated their company under. I was very impressed with what they had to offer. Their standards in which they hired their employees and their canine handlers, and their standards that they required to have previous to working for their company.
The major advantage we have over the police would be in reference to the Fourth Amendment. The Supreme Court gives the school districts especially the opportunity to have only reasonable suspicion, where law enforcement is bound to the Fourth Amendment and must have probable cause. Under this reasonable suspicion, we're able to go in and actually conduct searches. When we find something, turn it over to the school district, in which they will immediately react upon.
I chose R.A.I.D Corps due to the professionalism of the company, professionalism of the employees. In law enforcement, a lot of times when you take a case, you lose it and you don't hear anything else that happens afterwards. And this, we can follow up and we're able to see that, we did deter a kid from doing this, or, by him being caught, he's turned his life around.
And that's where the program's working. When you got kids coming up to you saying, hey, I'm glad you're doing this, we really appreciate it. When you got parents that are stopping you, telling you this, teachers who are stopping you, telling you this, people in the workplace who are saying, man, I'm glad they finally got somebody in here that's doing this type of stuff. Those things are what means something to you.
The system.
In addition to our canine drug detection program, R.A.I.D Corps has developed a system that allows school administrators and employers to be fully aware of the illegal and harmful activities in their environments. We assess each facility individually and show you methods you can utilize to make your school or workplace safer with currently existing resources. Our system is not only useful for the detection of current problems, but also serves as a deterrent for future problems. Whether you are a school system or business, our program will help protect your students, employees, or office from drug or weapons-related incidents.
The reason we selected R.A.I.D Corps was they had a great reputation. I knew a school district where they were doing searches, and that school district recommended them highly. I was impressed by the fact that all the folks that worked for Jay were former law enforcement people that had a background in that area. They could tell us and direct us and what were legal, illegal searches, those kind of issues. Very little competition out there that could even come close to what Jay was offering us.
Law enforcement's energies and their priorities have been directed in other areas. For us to maintain drug-free schools and drug-free workplaces, we have to have private industry like R.A.I.D Corps. They know the law, they know how to follow the law. Their cases are very easy to prosecute.
We do not find narcotics, weapons, ammunition, and the reason we don't find it is because of the potential threat of discovery and the thoroughness of the R.A.I.D Corps program. It reinforces what we do in several ways. One, it protects the Cadet Corps from any perception of misuse, and the other is, of course, the threat of being discovered is always a deterrent.
I believe the presence of the R.A.I.D Corps drug dogs here on a random basis has served us well, because what it does is it prevents students from bringing drugs to school because they have no idea when the dogs will be here. Consequently, what we have found in the last 2 years since I've been here, we've found literally no drugs here, and the students are constantly worried about when the dogs might show up.
Confidentiality.
R.A.I.D Corps' most important aspect in the relationship with our clients is confidentiality. Your school or business's relationship with our company will only be known to us. Any problem that you were made aware of through our program will be taken into the utmost of confidence, and any substances discovered will be processed in the proper legal manner. Any of the services that R.A.I.D Corps provides are to be used at your disposal. Our goal is to provide a service to make your school or workplace safer and more productive.
Currently, the numbers have decreased quite drastically, and we certainly want to show appreciation to R.A.I.D Corps for their level of professionalism and the way in which they deliver their service when it comes to reducing the amount of drugs in our schools.
We were having some problems with confidentiality when we were dealing with the local law enforcement agencies. The kids knew exactly when the drug dogs were coming. On Saturdays, they would clean their cars up, or on Sundays, so because they knew they were coming on Monday, they just knew. And we felt in order to be fair to all our students here in the district that we needed the utmost confidentiality and accountability, and that's what R.A.I.D Corps brought to the table.
I guess everybody thinks they don't have a problem, and we used it as a preventative tool. I've been on the school board for 12 years. And it's probably the best money that I have budgeted or approved a budget since I've been on the school board.
The thing that strikes me most about them is their professionalism in the business and the process they go through to make sure that everything is done correctly and it goes to the proper person within our school. And I think that's why we stick with them, and I think that's why we'll continue to use their service because of their professionalism.
Conclusion.
We look very forward to having a continued relationship with R.A.I.D Corps in our schools, and highly recommend their services to any other school district throughout the nation.
We've been very pleased and satisfied with their support of our programs here at the Citadel, and we hope to have a long association with them.
We have used other services before, and I would say that R.A.I.D is the best services that we have used.
I meet yearly with our kids from the high schools and middle schools and talk to them about safety and about drugs. They will all tell you the reason we don't have drugs in our schools. We know the drug dogs are coming through and they'll find it. So we believe strongly that having these dogs in our schools has not only prevented drugs but also weapons from coming to our schools, thus making it a safe environment for our staff and our students.
And I would wholeheartedly recommend anybody that wants a drug-free workplace or school to sit down with the folks at R.A.I.D Corps and learn from them how to ensure that happening.
Retaliation against illegal drugs and weapons. Detection, deterrence, solution. R.A.I.D Corps.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation. We look forward to assisting you in achieving a safe, drug, and weapons-free environment.